Detoxing, probably one of the most important and overlooked things that people do not do enough. The body is always, all we are is just a highly evolved brain. And everything you eat and drink, your body's still just trying to do its job. It could care less how you feel and function. You just have the brain to be able to do so much in this world, as you know, the world we have created. And then we're all designed to do it differently. So, in that sense, the brain will, the whole body will build up information and store things everywhere. Now, it's usually going to go to places that are always very vulnerable. So, an injury place or arthritis, anything where there's been scar tissue and injury, it's going to want to hold and store things there because it's damaged and broken. It's like something that can leak into a crack. So liver detoxing, I believe, is a must. Now, people can lose a lot of weight with that, and I don't think that there is nothing really wrong with that. I think it's a great healthy way to lose weight because you're keeping the body very circulated. However, the liver holds on to stuff to keep feeding the body too. The whole muscular system, the brain, which is important. So detoxing, if the liver detoxes too much, yeah, there is a balance for sure. And everyone's completely different on that. Kidney detox, that's where everything goes at the end of the process to go out. So that's huge, keeping that very, very clean all the time. So lots of kidney tablets, detoxes, huge. You know, you can use them at least a couple of times a day, at least. There's nothing wrong with that. So you want to avoid anything that is basically concentrated or is broken down to a key element, because that's going to cause a lot of strain really on the kidneys. So even doing protocols with people that if they have organ problems but they need certain things, there is a big element to doing that right too, or you're just going to overload all the organs. It's that simple. So, you know, healing the body, but then as well, then you need to detox it so it's not an overload, especially if there's problems. So that's huge. Probiotics, pre and probiotics for the gut, huge, massive. L-glutamine, massively important, hugely, both of them together, hugely good. And then once you start putting in lots of fats, lots of good proteins, veggies, salads, occasional carb and fruit, it's going to be really good. Now, when it comes to do with knowing body fat levels and energy levels within the body and how you're designed to sort of be naturally, there is a point to do with how many carbs and sugars for energy throughout the day that you need on a continuous basis. And a lot of time it comes down to how much energy you're exerting, how much muscle mass you've got, and how you feel in the brain all the time. Because if you get, say, awesome sleeps every single night, you feel great when you get up, you need to make sure that you can keep that going really well. And the body will, for sure. So it's important to be conscious of what you are putting in and what you are not. And a lot of people aren't. So a lot of people don't know what to put in, when to put in, and a lot of times it's just basic, boring, simple. That's just life. But it works. Now, if there are other things going on, that list can go on forever. And a lot of times it's usually organ related and brain chemistry. So that can go on for days. So hopefully that helps a little bit and gives you a little bit of insight into just detoxing, a few things you can use. There's no need to go crazy. You can, but there's some of the things, those 4 things just usually work the best. So kidney detox, liver detox, probiotics, so pre and probiotic, or just probiotics, that's fine, and L-glutamine. But a pre and a probiotic together form a symbiotic, which actually goes all the way right to the end, so all the way to the colon, where probiotics don't so much. But L-glutamine is going to do that. The other one you can use to tighten up the gut and the intestinal tract really, really well, because they're tight junction proteins, all the muscle cells of the gut and the intestinal tract, everything has muscles through it. Quercetin, however you want to say it, Quercetin. I prescribe that to nearly everyone that especially has like leaky gut, irritable bowel syndrome, ulcerative colitis, maybe Crohn's disease, and the list goes on with problems with the gut and intestinal tract. Just tightens everything up, and that way then the cells can actually work together like this, like glue, and break everything down and absorb it, which is so huge. So This is why nutrition and all the other related stuff is so important, but is so overlooked, and a lot of people don't know how to apply it properly. And they're huge. The gastrointestinal tract, the more ever that's filled up with healthy bacteria and tight together, everything's just going to work better. If there are other things going on, well, that's doctor stuff, pretty full on, that needs to be tested. But as long as you have all the basics in place and they're there 24/7, like I cover so many areas, and it's so important to do it. And every now and then I forget to do this and do that. And it depends what you put in, because sometimes some people's bodies are so, can be hypersensitive or run down, and the amount of things you need to support is huge. So even as supporting adrenal glands, things like phosphatidylserine, extremely good for helping to heal the adrenal glands, supporting energy levels, and in the brain as well. DHEA, so dehydroepiandrosterone, so the androsterone system, so estrogen, hormones, testosterone, things like that. DHEA actually helps to repair the adrenal glands, and it can boost IGF-1, the growth hormone, throughout the body. So you have to be careful there. So everything needs a place, because otherwise you can throw too many other systems out. DHEA is hugely linked to depression, anxiety, and lots of other things. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything. They can say, the body works and functions as one whole organism, and if you just look at vitamin A, the amount of things that vitamin A does is endless, and then any other vitamin and mineral, your whole body just works as one whole system and organism. And if you're out, other things are going to come in. But they say, vitamin D. Someone once sent me vitamin D. How many things does it do? Probably over 100 things in the body at least. That goes with like every other thing in the body. They really do. The body cross talks and communicates 24/7. But a lot of people don't know how to apply anything, really. And sometimes the simplest stuff is literally the best. You don't need to know it all. As long as it's safe and natural, it's not going to cause another problem, because certain other things you put in can cause other problems. Then yeah, but you need to go by feel. Feeling is huge. A lot of people then don't know what to do to, Anyway, good luck and best.